Hi, I'm Ryan with the Garmin Aviation team, and today I'm excited to introduce two new Aviator smartwatches, the D2 Mach 2 and the D2 Air X15. I've had the opportunity to test both of these watches over the last couple of months, and in this video I'll share my experience so you can get an idea of what's new and which watch is right for you. Although both watches come with new features, they also retain many of the classic items you'd expect from Garmin and our D2 family of aviation smartwatches. Features like aviation navigation and flight logging, health monitoring, fitness tools, and of course, excellent battery life. These, alongside the new features we'll discuss in this video, make these watches a great fit for any aviator. First, let's take a look at the D2 Air X15. The D2 Air series has always offered a sleek smartwatch design with essential features any pilot can appreciate. The D2 Air X15 builds on those same qualities while adding several new capabilities. All right, now I'm going to walk through the hardware for the D2 Air X15. So first and foremost, we've got a 1.4-inch touchscreen display. It's bright and readable in the sunlight. Now we've got a 45mm bezel comprised of stainless steel. I also have this slate black version. Now either version comes with a black silicone band. Right here on the back, I'll show you the silicone band. And if you want, you can change it out for your whatever color suits you. Also, we've got the direct to button at the top right, and an aviation red and white flashlight. So there's the red. I'm going to turn it to the white function. And on the back, you'll find the pulse oximeter and heart rate sensor. Also, the battery life on this is up to 10 days. So really nice battery life for the D2 Air X15. Simply put, the watch looks sharp. Now let's get to the features. The watch can be connected to the avionics via Garmin Pilot. So flight data straight from the avionics will replace data displayed on the watch for a more accurate flight activity. I'm going to go ahead and start a flight activity here. The avionics can also provide additional data fields like indicated airspeed, Hobbs time, and avionics alerts. If your aircraft is equipped with PlaneSync technology, you can view your aircraft status via the aircraft dashboard. This can include more information like fuel quantity, battery voltage, outside air temperature, GPS position, and more. Now I'm going to walk you through some of the weather functions of the D2 Air X15. So right here you see the bright display. I have got it set to Oshkosh. I'm going to click on this button just to show you the weather. It's the METAR currently at Oshkosh. And then if I slide over, it's going to show me the terminal aerodrome forecast as well, the TAF. And I have the ability to see a jet lag advisor. So if I've got an upcoming flight with a jet lag potential, 6-hour difference in this case, it's going to give me some suggestions on exactly how to deal with that jet lag. A really cool feature of the D2 Air X15. Also, the watch face itself can be set to field conditions. So you see there, it's at Oshkosh, it's got the VFR condition, but here it's overcast 600. It's going to give you just that yellow instead of the blue. And then if I click for additional weather, it's going to tell me, what it feels like. And there's an hourly forecast. I can scroll through the hours here, and a daily forecast so I can see what's coming later this week. METARs, TAFs. There's a lot of weather features to this watch. Now I'm going to walk you through a flight activity for the D2 Air X15. So right here, we've got the direct to button, as we mentioned earlier. I can also select the nearest airport. So I'm going to select the nearest airport. I'm going to go to downtown Kansas City and start my flight activity. Now, starting a flight activity, it's going to show you an ETE and an ETA. Also, bearing and distance information. I can select this HSI to navigate. Also, if I scroll down another page, I get times, pulse oximeter, and nearest information for airports. I've got it set to airports here. I can also select down once more for speeds, a compass, and my current altitude. And then finally, I can go into my health stats. They're recorded along with GPS track, times, and more for easy flight logging. All right, I'm going to walk through some of the sport and fitness activities for the D2 Air X15. So here I'm going to select through the activities. You can see an idea of what comes stock on the watch, but we can always edit to add more here at the bottom. Also, you can take a call from the watch itself. So here I'm getting a call from Pilot Jane. I'm going to go ahead and decline that call. We also have new geo-reference voice memos that can be referenced later through the Watch or Garmin Connect app. So I'm going to go ahead and make a voice memo. I just select voice notes, and it's going to go ahead and record me. Once again, this is all geo-referenced for my information later. I can stop the recording. I can save it or delete it at my discretion. And there's also on-device voice commands that can be used even without connection to your smartphone. For example, show me the METAR for Kilo India X-Ray Delta. And that's going to prompt weather information for New Century Airport, specifically the METAR. Overall, I'm really excited about the D2 Air X15 adding new features such as the dynamic watch face color based on airport weather conditions, as well as the flashlight in this slim design and form factor. Now let's take a look at the D2 Mach 2. Available in two sizes, the D2 Mach 2 combines premium aviator styling with the sophistication of a modern smartwatch. It includes all of the great features of the D2 Air X15, plus exclusive aviation weather and mapping features. So let's review the hardware for the D2 Mach 2. This is the 51mm version. This has a 1.4-inch touchscreen display. It's going to be bright and readable in the sunlight. It's going to have a larger bezel with carbon grade DLC coating. And as I turn the watch over here, I'm going to show you the vented titanium bracelet. It also includes a quick fit silicone band, so I can trade this out for a different band. The Direct 2 symbol has been added to the button on the top right of the screen, and you see the blue sensor guard here that guards the microphone and barometer from environmental damage. We've also included a red and white aviation flashlight. So this is the white version. I can turn it down here, red for night. And as we look at the back, you see the sensors for the pulse oximeter and the heart rate sensor. And there's a new mic and speaker along with barometric altimeter built into the watch with up to 26-day battery life. Now let's review the 47mm version of the D2 Mach 2. You can see here we have a titanium bezel. We also have the Oxford brown leather band. It also includes a quick fit silicone band, and the battery life is up to 14 days. When it comes to features, the D2 Mach 2 really shines with its maps and extensive activity list. And best of all, both versions of the D2 Mach 2 offer the same great capabilities. All right, so let's walk through a few features of the D2 Mach 2. So first of all, you can see it's got a nice bright display. We talked about that a little bit earlier. You also see the UTC bezel, really points out the UTC time. And if I click on it, I'm gonna get some weather information. I can also click at the bottom to get some more weather information. That's what those little modules are on the left side of the screen. And I'm gonna go into flight activity because what I think is really cool about this watch is the updated maps. So here you can see the updated maps on the D2 Mach 2, and I'm gonna zoom in a little bit because we've got airspace boundaries color-coded by class, which I think is really cool. We also have runways that appear at higher zoom levels. So I'm gonna scroll over here to a runway, and I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit so you can get an idea of what it looks like on the map itself. Really neat feature. And I'm gonna walk over to personal minimums. So you now have the ability on your D2 Mach 2 to set personal minimums with a wide variety of different criteria. So I can set it based on flight conditions. I can set it on max crosswind, max density altitude. Now, I'm gonna set an example for max wind speed just so you can see how it works. And I'm gonna set it for 2, and it's gonna highlight it in orange anytime that my minimum is exceeded. So there it is in orange on the bezel. I know my minimum is exceeded. Really neat feature of the D2 Mach 2. In my past career, I was a very active CFI. So this would have been great for my flight students. Being able to set personal minimums based on flight conditions, max wind speed, gust factor, or visibility could add an extra layer of situational awareness to help ensure any up-and-coming pilot flies within their capabilities. A sense of adventure is one of the main reasons people become a pilot in the first place. In my experience, this isn't limited to the flight deck. Many pilots live active lifestyles with fitness and outdoor interests. The advanced training and performance features help give you metrics to take your fitness to the next level. Now let's move on to the fitness activities on the D2 Mach 2. So I'm a big mountain biker. I use these activities quite a bit. I mountain bike, I run, but I'm gonna walk you through a biking activity today. So you can see I select this biking activity. I can hit play to start the activity. It's gonna track various metrics throughout my bike ride. So it's gonna, once the GPS is ready, it's gonna show distance, speed, a timer. It's gonna give me my heart rate. I can select down to get more information about my ride. And then I can even go into maps. So I was pleasantly surprised with the D2 Mach 2 on the level of detail for the maps. Some of the wooded area trails that I bike, they were in the D2 Mach 2 already. So once I'm finished with the activity, I can resume it or save it. And then that activity is gonna be available to me in the Connect app. So let me show you what that looks like. I'm gonna click done right here and move over to the Connect app. And once I sync this with Connect, my ride activity would then be viewable. And the same is true for workouts. So I actually use this for a lifting workout as well. I'm going to walk you through what that looked like. I did a strength workout. So immediately on selecting the workout, it's going to show you what muscle groups you're using. So you can see it right here on the screen. It's going to walk you through exactly what muscle groups. I can select do workouts. Now, one of my favorite things is Renegade rows. If I didn't know how to do the workout, it's going to show me how to do it. So you've got this animated figure right here on the screen that walks you through how to perform each lift. That's wonderful for me if I saw something that I didn't know what it was. And so I'm actually going to bring you to the next lift as well. This is overhead tricep extension. So you can see my little animated figure right here. It's going to walk me through exactly how to perform that lift. And then I can stop the workout. I can save the workout. You can put all of your weights and reps in and then save it. And then same thing with the biking activity. It's going to sync with your Connect app. And then I can go back later and view or edit my workout through Connect. Just a really neat feature of the D2 Mach 2. And then also the ability to take a call. So I got Captain Bob calling me right now. This is huge for me. I'm a mountain biker. I bike in the woods. I've got my cell phone in my backpack. So it may seem like a silly convenience, but it means a lot to me that I don't have to dig through my bag to get my cell phone. So just a really nice feature of the D2 Mach 2. After a couple months of use, I am really impressed with both the D2 Mach 2 and the D2 Air X15. Both offer a refined experience and new features that make them an easy recommendation for any pilot or aviation enthusiast. I'd recommend the D2 Mach 2 if you want that classic aviator styling and the most advanced capabilities available to the D2 lineup. If you prefer a sleek look and lightweight design, the D2 Air X15 offers all the essential smartwatch functions and aviator tools, including the new flashlight. I hope this video gave you a better idea of what you can expect from each watch. To learn more or to purchase, please visit us at Garmin.com. Thanks for watching.